reported today in The Verge. Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet is a comedy surprise you can't miss. Video games are a hard thing to love. The medium rarely translates well outside of its own little island. Think of all the bad video game adaptations we've seen, or how video game is usually used as a shorthand for shallow when used to describe stories in other media. Games culture does not advocate for itself terribly well. So it's natural, then, to cringe when you hear of a show like Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet, an Apple TV comedy about a fictional video game studio that produces a World of Warcraft-esque online game. Will it work out? Will people who know about games like it? Will people who don't? Is it even funny? You get jaded. But instead of another painful serving of Grandma's Boy-style nonsense, Mythic Quest is legitimately good on its own merits, and one of the first big TV surprises of the year. The 9-episode first season, now streaming on Apple TV+, follows Ian Grimm, Rob McElhenney, creative director of the wildly popular online role-playing game Mythic Quest, and his fellow developers as they prepare to release their first big expansion, Raven's Banquet. There's Poppy, Charlotte Nickdow, the lead developer, Brad, Danny Pudi, the sociopathic money guy, C.W. Longbottom, F. Murray Abraham, the washed-up fantasy writer, and David Hornsby, the co-founder who tries to corral them all, which can be difficult because they all hate each other. This is why Mythic Quest works, even if you don't know the first thing about video games. It's about a bunch of misanthropes working together, with comedy derived from the dark ways their toxic relationships push and pull each other around. You don't need to know how a studio works to recognize an office hierarchy when you see one, or an egomaniac boss, or a shitty coworker that skates on your hard work. But it's also very interested in video games, and it's not overly concerned with making them look good or demanding anyone take them seriously. In fact, the show is pretty unsparing. The game studio is beholden to the opinions of a dirtbag teen streamer who rates video games on a 5-butthole scale. Labor is casually exploited, players are gleefully taken advantage of, and in one of the best episodes, it turns out Nazis really love the game they make. What makes Mythic Quest so satisfying is how all of its comedy is steeped in character, not in how video games are inherently goofy or ridiculous, though they often are. Watching it, you can trace lines to the sort of comedies from which it's descended. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is the easiest connection, as co-creators Rob McElhenney, Charlie Day, and Megan Garnes all come from that show. But there's also a little bit of community in how the small decisions characters make, adding a shovel to their game. Opening up an in-game. For more on this story, visit the news article link.